Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here today for our May 2025 CU Denver MS in Entrepreneurship Program Overview webinar. My name is Brian Brinkman. I work as our Director of Recruitment and Advising here at the Jake Jab Center for Entrepreneurship. I'm very, very excited to talk with you a bit through our program, share some insights, some reasons why we think that you should select CU Denver to come to school here for the starting in the upcoming fall 2025 term, and what sort of opportunities we can offer to students who come to CU Denver. Presentation will be about 30 to 45 minutes, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have at the end of this. So what we're going to go over today is going to be an overview of the Jake Jab Center for Entrepreneurship, as well as CU Denver at large as an institution. We're going to talk a bit about the MS in Entrepreneurship program structure, the curriculum breakdown that we offer for you to achieve your degree. I'm going to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship certificates, the program goals, and the learning opportunities that we offer, the networking and the mentorship opportunities that you can gain through this program, our overall tuition and scholarship, the application, a few student testimonials to give you a sense of what current students in the program feel about the MS in Entrepreneurship program, and then, like I said, any Q&A by the end. So kicking things off with why CU Denver's Business School is the right school for you. Well, here in Denver, we're a growing, prosperous city. A lot of opportunities within Fortune 500 companies, startups, tech, you name it. A lot of great work opportunities here throughout the city. Our university being located right in the heart of the city gives us really easy access into a number of industries. We do this from an internship standpoint. We do this from a networking standpoint, from a job sourcing standpoint. Lots of different opportunities for you as a student to gain immediate access to the larger Denver community. This will help out in terms of your overall job placement and your overall career development as you leave the university. We're ASCSB accredited, just to get that out of the way. No questions from a degree conferral standpoint. We're the most diverse research institution here in Colorado, with a wide array of students coming from all over the world, all over the United States, to make their studies here in the heart of Denver. In addition, from a general livelihood standpoint, if you're thinking about moving and relocating to Denver, either during your program or after your program, it's a very popular place to be. The weather's fantastic. The job market is growing. Lots of opportunities for students, for young professionals to really be successful here in Colorado following their degree. So, in terms of the Jake Jobs Center for Entrepreneurship, we have existed here in the business school at CU Denver since 1996. Long track record of success of students coming through our programs, taking our courses. We were founded in 1996 as the Bard Center. This was then renamed in 2013 following a $12 million investment gift from Jake Jabs. This is the gift that helps us run to this day. This is the gift that we've invested in the long-term future of the entrepreneurship community here at CU Denver. We ultimately are an academic department and a resource center with the strict goal of fostering entrepreneurship at CU Denver at large throughout various degrees, various studies, various schools here at CU Denver, even working with our partners at CU Anschutz. Our goal is to be the center for entrepreneurship throughout the university. We do this in a number of ways. In addition to the courses that we offer, the degrees that we offer, we develop relationships with local business leaders, all to provide opportunities and support for entrepreneurship students. This gives you, and I'll talk a bit about this as we go forward, but this is in the form of mentorship opportunities to give you face-to-face interactions with business leaders, put you in a position where you're able to get the questions that you need answered, internship opportunities, judges at our main events that we host, faculty members, a lot of different people come to us from the larger community with the goal of giving back to young entrepreneurs, and this is the way that we happen to do it. In addition to this, we offer the Climb, which is our annual pitch competition, a number of other experiential events. We have a digital pitch competition coming up this summer through our Tech Up grant. We'll do another one in the fall, and then in the spring every year, we offer the Climb, which offers students the opportunity to develop pitches, develop business plans, get feedback from our local entrepreneurial advisors, and ultimately submit their ideas to compete for $10,000 that they can utilize towards the startup fees for their business. So a lot of different opportunities here for you to not only learn, but also practice as you're within our program towards larger career professional goals. Right there on the screen, that is myself. I work, like I said, here with all students from the recruitment standpoint through the advising standpoint. It's very rare in the university graduate environment to have face-to-face advising support. You get that directly from me, from our center. I'll work with you from an overall degree planning standpoint, work with you to take any sort of feedback that you have throughout the program, assist you with leave of absence or internships, whatever you utilize beyond just our immediate courses. I'll work with you throughout all of that, all up until graduation. It's great to work with students who are all interested in kind of taking that next step from an academic standpoint. It's a huge point of passion for me. I'm happy to work with you throughout this overall program, make sure that this is easy and seamless as possible. My contact information is all on that page. Go ahead and give this a screenshot. Reach out to me if you have any questions throughout the application process, or if you're already enrolled in the program, as you're preparing for classes to start in late August. I'll be in touch with you more than likely before then, but just in case you don't hear anything, feel free to reach out to me that way as well. So in terms of the MS and Entrepreneurship program that we are focused on here today, again, we offer a number of opportunities within entrepreneurship at the undergrad and grad level. Our capstone, essentially, if you will, is our MS and Entrepreneurship program. This is a customizable 30 credit curriculum which allows you to select any 10 courses in entrepreneurship that go ahead and align with your interests, your goals, your overall knowledge gaps. The goal here of the program is not to run you through 4 or 5 classes that you've already taken or subject matters that you already have an expertise in, and then get you into courses you want to take. We want from day one you self-selecting the program that best fits your overall needs, best fits your overall goals, and can put you in a position where you're able to ultimately succeed as a student, here focused on entrepreneurship long term. So skill gaps, areas where you feel like you need to really, take that next step in your overall career, plus complement any sort of additional work that you're looking to do. Courses range from everything from small business finance, to concept development and pitching, visionary leadership, business planning, lean marketing. We've got an operations course. We've got tech skill-based courses. We've got courses about launching a startup and what that looks like during that first year. Courses focus on corporate entrepreneurship. Lots and lots of different stuff that you can really study here. We can build out a really promising degree program for you that allows you to really get the experience that you need, this course subject matter that you need, while also allowing you to kind of deep dive in certain areas that are of either interest or areas that you say, hey, I don't have as much experience in this, and I just need a class in finance or tech, whatever it may be, AI, all that sort of stuff. In addition, students who are in the program all have access to the Climb, which, as I noted, that is our annual business pitch competition, our Best of Colorado Speaker Series, where students get to hear from entrepreneurs and business leaders here in Denver. Mentorship opportunities. I've spoken about this a couple of times, but I'll continue to reiterate. I think it's really one of the most important aspects of our program. Mentorship, one-to-one opportunities with local entrepreneurs. over email, over the phone, coffee. These can be things that, immediately start out focused on a specific area within entrepreneurship or within your own business development, and then just branch off and become a networking opportunity or become something that, someone helps you on other aspects of the program or of your larger career. Lots and lots of opportunities there to develop really great relationships, to broaden your overall network. And then finally, you can complete internships for credit. You can complete up to 2 internships for credit, which could equal 6 credits in the program, leaving them only having to take 8 classes within the program. So a lot of different ways for you to mix and match, make this work as best as possible for you, so that you're ultimately in a position where you feel like I got what I needed out of this program, not necessarily what the program needed out of me. So a little bit more detail here just about the structure of the program. Again, it's customizable, 30 credits. You take any 10 courses in entrepreneurship that you choose. Courses will be offered in both online and in-person options. I should note, classes are either online or in person, but we do offer an opportunity for students to complete an entire program online if they want to. We also ensure that on a semester by semester basis, international students, students under any sort of visa restrictions, have at least that one course that is required for in person. So you have the ability to make that choice and do that. It's stackable, so we can add this on to a dual degree very easily. We can add this on to a current degree as a certificate. There's a lot of different ways that we can work with you to put you in a position where you're able to say, "Hey, I'm studying this, but I also want entrepreneurship. How do we make this work?" There's experiential components within the program, as I've noted here, the climb, mentorships, internships. Those are a key cog in the overall program. We have a dual degree option with information studies and our 1 year MBA program. And for any CU Denver student I'm speaking with right now who is an undergrad, there's a 4+1 option, which can essentially allow you the opportunity to complete your undergraduate studies, begin taking graduate level classes during your final semester, and then jumping into the MS in Entrepreneurship program and only having to take 1 year to complete that program. In terms of the overall curriculum, again, 10 classes across 30 credits. Classes like AI-driven entrepreneurship that's really on the cutting edge, tech skills for startups, a really personalized tech-based course for students who need technology resources to run their own business but may not have them themselves. Leadership courses, social entrepreneurship and mission-driven entrepreneurship, and then business model development and planning, our capstone course, if you will, that allows you to really build out a degree plan, or excuse me, build out a business plan for your company so that you're in position to ultimately succeed there. There's study abroad options. We offer no prerequisites within the overall program. So you jump in and decide what classes are right for you. I'll work with you on that to make sure you know all the available options. I'll offer some feedback and some insights, but ultimately it comes down to what do you want to study? What do you need? What sort of assistance do you need at this point? Um, this program, as many of these graduate programs are, but I think ours uniquely because of the flexibility, is designed for working professionals. It's self-paced, it can be hybrid, it can be in person, it can be online. A lot of different options for you as a student to ultimately decide, yes, I want this, these many classes right now because this is what I can handle, or hey, I need to back off a little bit, maybe just take one class this semester as I move forward. Uh, Internship options, I will keep saying that over and over because that is a really key and important aspect of the program. And then the program is ultimately designed to be completed within 1 year. It's about the minimum that you'd be able to do this program to 5 years. We also offer a certificate for students who come in and say, "Hey, I don't know exactly if I'm ready to go back to graduate school, but I know I need some classes to kind of take this next step." 3 courses within our program equals 1 certificate. These can be earned both at the undergraduate and the graduate level. And this really emphasizes what I was just saying, that trialability. You're not required to be registered for a master's program to obtain a certificate. Ultimately, the goal here is to put you in a position, if you take the certificate, to say, I think I got just enough what I needed, or I need more from this department to ultimately decide and have the best options for my long-term career. And if that's the case, then you'd be in a position where you'd be able to automatically add those courses into your master's level program. This allows us to use electives that can expand our program, provide avenues for students to focus on what they want to study, such as, say, bioinnovation or international business, while picking up entrepreneurship experience and credits. We're going to be coming to the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences shortly with a couple of really cool certificate options because we're just finding a lot of students are in a position where they need entrepreneurship skills, but they're not necessarily receiving them in their core major. So why would someone at this point consider CU Denver's MS in Entrepreneurship program? I think there are five core reasons to kind of complement what I just discussed here. Number one is exclusivity. We are the only MS in Entrepreneurship in Colorado. If you're a Colorado resident, or you want to be in Colorado, this is a school where you can go to do that. Affordability. We have a deliberately subsidized tuition rate, regardless of residency. Plus, we offer scholarships. It's very affordable to do this program and put yourself in a position where you're able to be successful here. Um, Most students can do this program for about $27,000, which ends up being a fraction of what a lot of MBA programs are. Flexibility, classes are offered online, they're offered in person and hybrid. You build your own curriculum. That's the goal here. The experiential side, we want you to go beyond the classroom to learn by doing. We don't want you to just be sitting and theorizing behind a computer. We want you to ultimately be in a position where you test yourself and see, is this the right next step for me? And then a mindset shift. We want you to learn how to create growth with minimal resources. So whether or not this means that you are starting your own business, or this means that you are in a position, excuse me, where you are in a position where you are working for a department and you are overseeing that department, we want you to think about growth with minimal resources. By the end of this program, we want you to be able to lead and develop ideas and really build out, uh, core functions of necessary projects within your excuse me, I'm jumping all over the place here, within your core job, put you in a position where you're able to really lead a team without as many resources as you would anticipate. Those are five reasons I think that it would be beneficial to be here at CU Denver. I'll be curious any questions you guys have throughout this, if there's anything that comes up on your end of, why are you thinking about going back to school? In terms of the, reasons why we think you should come to CU Denver's MS in Entrepreneurship program, I would add to that with our program goals and our learning outcomes. And for a lot of students, this is what they're going back to school for. The six reasons that we have here of what we're trying to accomplish for students at the program. Cultivating an entrepreneurial mindset. This speaks to what I was just talking about, this idea that we want you to think about leadership with less resources, putting yourself in a position where you're able to be ultimately successful for an organization without being in a position where you need a lot, where you're able to generate results without a lot of overhead. We want you to be able to communicate effectively. An entrepreneur talks to a wide array of people on a day-to-day basis, from other entrepreneurs to investors to clients to coworkers, staff, all of those types of people they are communicating with on a regular basis. There's no real set hours of now I'm doing this, now I'm doing this. You are responding to in the moment needs, emergencies, challenges, headwinds, whatever it may be, and you want to be able to communicate effectively. So by introducing you to current entrepreneurs, to having you work with other students within the program, to having you pitching on a regular basis. All these things put you in a position where you can, on a dime, communicate effectively. Leading entrepreneurially, this works alongside of that idea of cultivating an entrepreneurial mindset or focusing on succeeding with less resources. We want you to lead like a lean startup. So, what do you actually need to complete your job? What don't you need? What can be trimmed so that you're in a position where you are ultimately successful with less until you actually need more for the company? We also want you to be mission driven. This is a big focus of our program is we want students to not just think about entrepreneurship from a minded standpoint, but also from a, how can we use this entrepreneurial idea for good? Obviously, profits come into that. You have to have money to be able to do good within whatever field that you're in. We want you to be successful from a financial standpoint, but we do think it's important that success ultimately gives back in the community, and we want to make sure that you're able to think about that. Capitalize on innovation. We are always on the lookout for upcoming trends, what we need to be focused on. We have just launched courses that focus on AI within entrepreneurship, tech as it relates to entrepreneurship to really stay ahead of the curve, put you in a position that when you are building out a pitch or a business plan, you're not thinking about old, outdated ideas. You are thinking on a current standpoint, what do I need to do to prove myself and really benefit the community around me? And then going beyond just theory. I've talked about this a bit when I talk about experiential education, but the last thing we want from an entrepreneurship standpoint is that you are just reading out of a textbook or just going to lecture, just listening to these ideas or just reading case studies. We want you talking with entrepreneurs. We want you pitching your own ideas. We want you working as an intern if possible. We want you to really be thinking actively, how do I represent myself as an entrepreneur from day one? All of that is going to help you immensely as you move forward through your career. Because the day you graduate, it all kind of starts for real at that point in time. We want students to bring that for real thought and real mindset back to school so that they're able to be successful at school and then after. So, with this in mind, experiential learning, I keep talking about this idea. This is the process of learning through experience and learning through reflection on doing. We focus on testing out real ideas and getting real feedback from day one, be it networking opportunities where you can meet with other entrepreneurs, internships where you can get 3 credits for working directly for a small startup, or competitions and student clubs like the Climb, the Rep Bridges Venture Fund, mentorships. All of these are opportunities allow you as a student the ability to think and act like an entrepreneur from day one so that you really feel as though, as you're working through this program, this is something that is, ultimately working out for you, um, testing you rather than you just think you know what's going on, and then you got in the real world and it changes dramatically. To do a lot of this, we have a advisory council which includes some of Colorado's most recognizable entrepreneurs, people like Joel Apple, the co-founder of OxyClean, Orange Glow, Zadie's Deli, and Kaboom. Karen Hertz, who's the chief barista and founder at Holidaily Brewing Company, the largest gluten-free brewery in America, and Sam Kumar, the CEO and founder of CyberSanic. These are just 3 of the names of people that we work with who have all benefited students, worked with them throughout their overall studies, and put them in a position where ultimately they succeed at the professional level because of internships, mentorship opportunities with them. People like this serve as our advisory council members who all serve as mentors for students. They also offer internship and networking opportunities. In addition to all the resources we have directly for you at the Jake Jab Center for Entrepreneurship, we also align closely with the Business Career Center here at CU Denver. Their advisors work exclusively with business school students. They connect them to the business community around Denver. They offer career fairs, industry shadow days. They allow you to meet with firms. They are there to help develop strategies to execute career goals. Things like your mock interviews, your resume help, salary negotiations, internships, job searches, all that sort of stuff. We work with you along with the business community, business career center, excuse me, to put you in a position where you're able to succeed in those conversations and really take that next step forward based on your relationship with them. I talked a bit about tuition earlier, but just to reiterate and put in the numbers, these are our current numbers for tuition for the program. Again, we deliberately subsidize the tuition, so that's why you're seeing our in-state credit and even our non-resident, which includes international students, be so much lower than you probably are used to. Our in-state tuition rate is $750 per credit hour, which translates directly to roughly, with fees to $22.50 per course. The non-resident tuition rate is $900 per credit hour, which translates to $2,700 per course. So significantly lower than you would see even throughout our larger business school, but definitely lower than you're going to see on a national basis. We want to make education as wide open and available as possible to as many students. The estimated total cost of the program, tuition and university fees are subject to change, so just be mindful of that. This will start to fluctuate a bit, but is about 26,000 at a base level to about 34,000 at a top level. That will start to go up. You start to see that be closer to 30 to 40,000. But for right now, it's sticking in a really strong place where I think students are finding it quite affordable. So application, if you're at a point now where you're saying, you know what, I want to try this out. I want to see if this is the right program for me. First and foremost, I will be more than happy to speak with you to answer any questions that you have about our program. Um, but if you're thinking I'm ready to start an application, as a domestic student, this is what the application looks like. It's a digital application, short answer questions, an updated resume, transcripts from all institutions where any credit was earned. There's no GMAT, no GRE required. Your references and your interview, that's optional throughout the application process. We'll let you know if we need that. There's a $50 application fee. However, if you have attended this webinar and you ultimately decide to submit your application will be submitted for free. Can't apply that retroactively, but we can provide that proactively if you just let us know. And then our upcoming domestic priority deadline here, which is our first round of deadlines for the overall program, is May 15th. So coming up on Thursday. Our final application is July 15th. So just keep an eye out on those dates. I will work with you throughout that whole process. Even if you were to apply as late as July 15th, you still would be in position to start in the fall. Please just let me know as we're working through that process. For international students, our final deadline for the fall 2025 start date is coming up on Thursday. So be mindful of that. If you are an international student applying right now is the time to get everything in. Your application is more or less the same with a couple additions. So same core application is a domestic, essay questions, resume, transcripts. There is a $75 application fee. What this offers is access to our in-house credit evaluator so that you can pay only $75 to have your application, to have your transcripts evaluated from our international credential evaluation team. If you choose to do that separately, you can get the $75 fee waived, but companies like EC and West are typically going to charge about $300 to $350 to review your overall transcript. So just be mindful. My advice would be just pay that $75, move forward, get the answer from us, and put you in a position where you're able to just get through that application quickly. There's a visa for all international students, the F1 visa. I'll work with you to get you set up with the ISSS department. And again, the final deadline is coming up May 15th. Please, 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 if you are thinking about going back to school this fall, give it a start. Let's start working on it. We can get it submitted before May 15th and then continue to work on it afterwards. We offer scholarships for all students who are attending our programs. So we can't give everyone a scholarship, but we can offer the access to it. So you can apply for the scholarship. It is the ENTP scholarship, the Mordecai Foundation. This is offered for all classes. So if you're taking one of our classes and you ultimately decide, I want to go through with a scholarship here, go ahead, submit your information, and hopefully we'll be able to save you a couple $100 on each class that you take. All right, so nearing the end, we've got a couple student testimonials I want to read aloud here for you, just to give you an idea about what our current students are thinking about the program. So we have two students who have taken the MS Entrepreneurship program. One has already graduated, one is graduating in a matter of 10 days. Our student who's graduating in 10 days, Mag Castillo, had this to say. I joined the MS Entrepreneurship program while running my wedding catering and entertainment business. I'd reached a point where I needed guidance and the right tools to grow. After joining the program and recognizing my strengths, I pivoted to focus fully on the entertainment side. I also realized the power of research and how it can elevate your decision making as a business owner. The program's flexibility and direct focus on entrepreneurship made it the right call for me, right fit for me where I was and what I wanted to go, where I wanted to go. The climb has been one of the most valuable experiences I could have imagined. Getting the chance to refine an idea, pitch it, and get real feedback from mentors and professionals who know what they're talking about made a huge difference. I plan to keep growing my entertainment business and launch new ventures along the way. Long term, I want to keep innovating and creating things that matter, building businesses that reflect who I am and what I stand for. There's nothing that could really back up our what our program has achieved for students like what Mag says. I think that he's been an incredibly valuable asset to our program, a really excellent student, and has seen the whole power of this. Joey Dykeman graduated last spring, one of our earliest students in the program. Here's what he had to say. One of my favorite aspects about the MS Entrepreneurship program is the hands-on experience you get in class. It's not just regurgitating knowledge and following the textbook. It really feels like the instructors care about you and want you to focus on your development throughout these programs. You're able to bounce ideas off of the fellow students and faculty members. It's a really great culture and a great place to learn. Couldn't agree more, Joey. So that will wrap us up here a little bit early. I will stay on for a couple of minutes. If there's any questions that anyone has, my contact information is right up on this page. So if you'd rather send me an email, feel free to do that. Visit our website there, thejakejobcenter.org. Otherwise, I'll be back in the office starting next week, or excuse me, starting tomorrow. My mistake, starting tomorrow. So you can give me a call at that number as well. Any questions? I'll be happy to take them now. All right. Well, that does it for everyone. I will go ahead and close this out. I'm going to post this to our YouTube page in case you missed anything. You'll be able to see it in a couple of hours. Oh, we're getting a question right in here. Oh, absolutely, Michael. Thank you so much for coming, and we're hoping to have you start with us here in the fall. I'm going to post this to our YouTube page. I will be happy to field any questions via email or over the phone. I hope you all are have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to talking with you here again soon. Thanks so much. Bye bye.